You're manifesting your dream life. There's so many things that you have manifested that have come true about your life that you can continue to manifest and build upon. You are powerful. Let's use your power and your positivity and your knowledge to build your life the way that you want it to be. Turn up the higher picture quality. Woo! Let's address our doubts and our negativities so that we can move up in our vibration. This video, I wanted to speak on specifically doubt, insecurity, negativity, blocks in your manifestation journey, and why you shouldn't let them get in the way of your current journey. I currently am on a manifestation journey to manifest stability of all kinds, like familial stability. One day I want to be a mom. I want to have a family with my husband. I want to be financially stable as well. And while my husband is studying to be an aerospace engineer, and like we, no matter what, will like get to that point, I also want to be financially stable. I also want to help us to never worry about money again, you know? So we're currently in that. But amongst all of that comes a lot of like, it's hard to be optimistic because it kind of feels like life around you, if you're a realist and you're thinking in like, oh, let's be real about things, you're kind of thinking in the negative. You're thinking in the worst case scenario as opposed to best case scenario, because that's probably naturally where your mindset goes to if you grew up around like, oh, I don't have a lot of stability to tie myself to, because it's like, well, I'm used to adapting, you know? Like, adaptability is the lack of consistency and consistency is stability. I might just be projecting, but I find that a lot of like doubt and insecurity and negativity make me feel like the life that I'm manifesting is not possible when it is, you know? I am a powerful manifester. I am a stable being. I have so much love and light and knowledge to give, but I catch myself thinking like, you're not gonna like be financially stable. Are you kidding? Like, you have this and this and this to pay off. You can't even afford a car right now. You are, you know, like tired at work all the time. You make this amount of salary, like your salary is not, you know, I get so much of that in my head all the time. And I realized as of like a couple like weeks ago even that I need to catch my doubts because they're blocking my manifestations. You know, like even with my YouTube channel, I like constantly am saying that I'm just under 100 subscribers and being like, your channel's never gonna grow because you're under 100 and you like record on your phone and you blah 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 blah, you know, when it's like, no, I have good ideas. Like, I have good energy. People probably could connect with me, you know, like I can't even, it's so hard to even definitively be like, I'm a good person to create. Like, I'm a creative. I have good content ideas. There's so many things that I can do with this platform, you know? It's hard because I always want to speak from like a very humble, like, oh, maybe, you know, but it's like, no, I'm powerful. I get stuff done. And so are you. You are so powerful. You are so positive. There's so much more in your life. I hope, I hope that you can be happy about as opposed to be upset about and to be negative about. At least that's what I would really hope, you know? I was watching Meet the Robinsons, this cartoon about a kid who is an orphan and who like hasn't been adopted after like 140 adoption interviews, and like the movie kind of shows him being like, this whole stemmed because my mom didn't want me, you know? And then he looks into his future and like he's built this like amazing future that you're like, oh my God, if he could only like hold on just a little bit longer, he'll realize life is so worth living, because his future like looks so much better than like his present, because he's so stuck on like, well, my present isn't that good, so how's my future going to be? You know, I feel like we all go through that. I am stopping it. I have such a positive future. I have such a positive and beautiful present as well. You know, like even with this car, like me and my husband have a broken car. It's my car and his car are both broken. And luckily they get us places. Like we're both still doing, we're still able to drive. But the thing is that the cars are like going to one day just break down. And so like I will get caught up in even that and be like, our cars are broken down. Like we can't say, we're not even able to afford a new one right now. It's really hard because like, the cars are like really loud and it's so embarrassing to drive. But when it really could just be like, I'm grateful that we even are able to get places with the car, you know? Like we have transport. Some people don't have transport and people need transport, you know? Even if the car is a little bit broken, it's a little bit loud, has a little bit of a purr, like it's fine. We have transport, you know? Like I can drop off my laundry, which I'm currently in the middle of doing because I have a car. I don't have to walk to the laundromat or go on the bus because I have a car. Like I'm grateful for that. And I'm happy because we have a placeholder right now until we get our new car, which is something also that is like in the works of me manifesting. I'm so grateful for this car. As much as I'm like insecure and doubt it, you know, I'm always like, sometimes I step into this car and I'm like, we don't have enough money to like get a new car. We don't have this and this and this. Sometimes it lowers my vibration because it makes me feel discouraged when really it could higher it because it's like, this is amazing. Like this is an amazing place to be in life. Like things could be so much worse, or even like what's something, oh, my job. Oh my god, I constantly am thinking, sorry, just had some technical difficulties. As I was saying, my job makes me so insecure because I think that we are constantly in a state of productivity. And not only that, we are in hustle culture and corporate culture. When you're working, you're constantly thinking about your performance and how much you're doing. Even when you don't have anything to do, the idea is to look busy. So when you're constantly in a culture that is driven off of insecurity, at least for me, I feel insecure and I feel the pressure because I'm constantly thinking from instability, and I'm constantly thinking from things are going to change if I don't do this and this and this correctly so that I can stay. I don't know, that again, I might just be projecting, but I just feel like that's a very common experience with a lot of people, when I could be thinking to myself, I am doing a good job. I manifested this job. I'm so grateful for this job. I'm grateful that I get to do this job every single day. I'm grateful to be in a place that I love. You know, I'm grateful that one day I can move up in where I'm trying to go. Just like for anybody, if you were in the middle of manifesting something, let's say you manifested a job and you're manifesting a promotion. You can't think of yourself as the person who's like, I'm never gonna get this promotion because I'm so this and this and this and this is why I don't deserve it, you know, because you're gonna be stuck in that. You're gonna be stuck in that process. That's what I'm doing right now, and it's ridiculous because I need to stop and tell myself, you're a powerful manifester. What are you doing being insecure like this? At this point in my life, I haven't felt as insecure as when I was like in middle school, I haven't felt as insecure as like when I was in middle school. And I'm pretty sure it's just because I'm in a new state. I have this job, I'm making friends, and I'm also feeling so stable and happy that I'm almost like, when is it all gonna go away, you know? And it won't if I just stay consistent in my head and tell myself, hey, you're manifesting your dream life. There's so many things that you have manifested that have come true about your life that you can continue to manifest and build upon. You are powerful. Let's use your power and your positivity and your knowledge to build your life the way that you want it to be. Let's do that as opposed to saying, oh my God, there's so much I lack. Don't operate from a place of lack. Operate from a place of abundance. And not only like improvement, but just success. Building your success is so important. I think that ultimately to stop your blocks from blocking your blessings and your manifestations and where you are going to go, you just have to call out whatever it is. Like if I'm at work, this will happen tomorrow for sure. If I'm at work and I get a email from my boss, and my boss is like, hey, can you do this thing? Immediately I go to, I don't know if I can do that thing. I'm probably not quick enough at that thing. Why didn't she just do it? Because I know that she's a little bit more capable than me of doing that thing. That will happen. I need to ask myself, can you do this thing? Yes, you can. You will get it done in your own time. Let your boss know that. You are trying your best. Like, you are operating off your own pace. Just because your pace is not her pace doesn't mean it won't get the job done and do what it needs to do. You will do the job well because you manifested this job, and they picked you out of all of the applicants because they saw something in you that you are going to be doing today. So do it with confidence, you know? That's what you need to think about your insecurities, is like anytime an insecurity pops up, just recognize it, call it out, think through it, and be like, yeah, no, that's not valid because of this. A trick that I heard from well, this wasn't even a trick. I just made it a trick because I heard it from a hypnotist. There was hooray. There was a hypnotist on Meghan Trainor's podcast, and the hypnotist was saying, like, some people don't get hypnotized. Hold on. Some people don't get hypnotized because hypnotism is all about things that a hypnotist will call out that you identify with personally. The person who's being hypnotized, you have to believe it, or you have to identify with it, so that you can fall into the fantasy or fall into the hypnotism, you know, the thing that the person is calling out. You wouldn't say to yourself, like, I'm a purple balloon, if you didn't feel somewhat of like a balloon-like, purple-like quality. You know, it's delusional, but you know, like, you have, in my opinion, like, you have to treat your doubts the same way that you would treat anything else that's like slightly delusional, so that you can identify, you can like put them in the same category and just let them like leave, you know? Like, the minute that you think, like, in my instance, my car is broken down. I don't know if I explained this already. Maybe I did. I don't know. But my car is broken down. I get insecure consistently about the fact that me and my husband can't just go out and buy one right now. You know, we have to save up, and saving takes a while, and that makes me feel a little bit discouraged. But I need to think from a place of like, we can't afford, well, no. I need to think from a place of, we can afford a car. Because when you say things that like appeal to what you want your reality to be, then all of a sudden it will be. So instead of saying like, oh, we can't afford a car right now, I need to say, we can afford a car, and then just have in my mind what kind of a car I would like, and then visualize it. But then, like, when you're constantly like being fed these like negative thoughts, stop them and identify with them, and don't identify with them, and like make them as silly as, I'm a purple balloon, and be like, oh right, we can't afford this car the same way that I'm a purple balloon. Like, that's how ridiculous it needs to sound. Like, yeah, oh, we can't afford this car. Right. Like, you know, that to me really helps. Like, it's like, you know, when somebody says something and it just like sounds so wrong, like your body almost rejects it. It's like if you've been told you're beautiful your whole life and you are like Bella Hadid level beautiful. Somebody tells you you're ugly, you're gonna be like, you're stupid. I built a career off of my face. Like, are you kidding? Her being told that she's ugly, maybe one day she'll identify with it because she feels ugly. But ultimately, like, it's a little silly to her. Like, she's Bella Hadid, you know? You need to think that in your head. Like, if you want to be so rich that you can be so stable and afford so many things, you have to think of, like, yourself of being not... You have to think of, like, yourself being, like, poor as, like, something that is not even, that you just can't identify with, you know? Make your insecurities something that you can't identify with, and do that at whatever cost. Whatever cost? That's kind of drastic. Do that at whatever, what's the word? Ethical cost you can. Like, there are things that I need to work on for sure, but I just feel like even just saying this out loud has raised the heck out of my vibrations, because now that I'm thinking in terms of, oh, let's think of things in abundance that we have and that I've done, you know? And honestly, like, even just listing out the things that I've done, like, I manifested my husband. I manifested this apartment, okay? When I manifested this job that I have. There's so many things that I've manifested that now that I have them, I may get a little bit insecure about them, but like I shouldn't, because I already have them. So let's make the best out of them, as opposed to being like, oh my God, this job that I have could go one day. Like, I need to make that on the same level of like, I'm a purple unicorn, you know? Like, that's stupid. You like manifested this thing and said it out loud, and now it is, you know? It's not going to be taken away unless I like manifest myself into that, you know? You know. Sorry. So yeah, only identify with the things that you want out of life. The things that you don't identify with, or don't want to identify with, and don't want to attract into your life, make them ridiculous. Make them feel like they're so far from you, they could not possibly be you.